Welcome back to We Rock and Math with Miss Catherine, where math videos are made easy and faster for you. Today's topic is going to be on adding mixed numbers with unlike denominators. In the previous instructional video, we learned how to multiply and divide using fractions and whole numbers. So if you haven't checked out some of those videos, make sure you do. I will link one of them in the upper right corner, and you can find some others in the description below. So normally we have 4 problems, but we're just going to work with 2 because mixed numbers is going to take a bit more room than usual. So we're going to go through them together. Let's look at these 2 problems here. We have our steps listed here to help us solve these problems. First problem, we have 2 and 4 tenths plus 3 and 5 twelfths. This is really the same as 2 plus 3. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking this whole number and this whole number and putting them together. It might make it easier for you. You can put them together and then just add the fractions, copy down the other fractions. So when you simplify at the end, it's not going to confuse you. So first, we can simplify the fraction if we need to. See if any of these fractions can be simplified. This first one can. We're going to divide top and bottom by 2. You don't have to simplify the fraction, but I think it makes it easier. So 2 plus 3 plus 4 divided by 2 is 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Plus 5 twelfths. And if you remember, when we were practicing how to add fractions together, we had to find our least common denominator. And we're going to do the same thing here, since now we're working with fractions. So we're bringing our skills back. We have to find the least common multiple, which is going to be 60. So we multiply 12, the denominator of the second fraction, by 5. Multiply bottom by 5, so we multiply top by 5. Since 12 times 5 is going to give us that 60, then you multiply 5 by 12. So as a reminder, to find the least common multiple, you would start with this greater denominator, the larger of the two. Then you think of multiples. So it would be 12, 24, 36, 48, and it would be the next one, 60, since 5 can go into 60. Now we're just going to evaluate. Let's put these numbers together. So 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 2 times 12 is 24. 5 times 12 is 60. Plus 5 times 5 is 25. 12 times 5 is 60. Now we have 5 plus 24 plus 25 is 49. And then we just put them together. So 5 plus 49 sixtieths is just equal to 5 and 49 sixtieths. And that is our final answer. So when you have a whole number and the fraction, imagine it having an addition sign. If you need to break it apart, it's going to make it easier. Let's look at our last example, number 2. We have 4 and 3/6 plus 5 and 6/8. You can simplify the fraction if you need to, but before that you can separate the whole numbers and the fractions. So we have 4 plus 5 plus 3/6 plus 6/8. Now let's simplify the fraction. It looks like we can simplify both of these. For this first fraction, we are going to divide top and bottom by 3. And this one is going to be divided by 2. So we have 4 plus 5 plus 1 over 2. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Plus 6 divided by 2 is 3. 8 divided by 2 is 4. You don't have to simplify in this step, but I think it makes it easier since it will make the numbers smaller to work with. To find the least common multiple between 2 and 4, it's going to be 4. So we can multiply bottom by 2 for the first fraction. And we have 4 plus 5 plus 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 3/4. And we have 4 plus 5 plus 2 plus 3 is 5. And we keep the denominator the same. Four plus 5 plus, we have an improper fraction here, so you want to change it into a mixed number. You're going to divide 5 by 4. 5 goes on the inside, 4 goes on the outside. 4 goes into 5 one time. 1 times 4 is 4. And subtract. 5 minus 4 is 1. We have 1 and 1/4. So 1 and 1/4. Now, if you look at this mixed number, 1 and 1/4 is the same as putting an addition sign in between. So we can split it up. 4 plus 5 plus 1 plus 1/4, which is equal to 4 plus 5 is 9, 9 plus 1 is 10. And we just have 1/4. And 10 plus 1/4 is just equal to 10 and 1/4. And that is our final answer. Now, all the way back up here, you don't need to find the least common multiple. Now, all the way back up here, we could have just found the least common multiple between 6 and 8. But I just simplified it so the numbers would be smaller and to have it really be broken down so you guys can see how to solve it using smaller numbers. The least common multiple between 6 and 8 would be 24. And if you solved using 24, you would get the same answer here. Let's see if we can write it over here. 3/6 plus 6/8. So since it's 24, multiply 8 by 3 and the top by 3. First fraction, multiply 6 by 4 and top by 4. We have 12 24ths plus 18 over 24ths, which should be 30 over 24, which equals 1 and 6/24, which can be simplified to 1 and 1/4. And once you have this 1 and 1/4, you just add 4 plus 5 plus 1. And you get the same answer, 10 and 1/4. Alright, that's it for this video. I hope you thought this video on adding mixed numbers with unlike denominators was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. Until then, keep rocking at math, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone.